Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Damon Campbell with Music'sMyLife.com here at Fountain Square in Cincinnati, Ohio with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Sam Lachow.
Sam, it's a pleasure to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Appreciate your
time.
time.
Your interviews.
Oh, hell yeah, I appreciate that, man. Now, off the bat, I actually got a line for you. Let me know if this rings a bell at all.
All right.
There's people from strange places with a lot of tattoos and pierced faces.
Yeah, that's crazy. How do you know that one? You can't give the secrets? Oh, yeah, definitely.
Can you tell people where that's from?
That was the first rap I ever wrote. I was living in New York as a little kid with my family. We were moving around a bunch. And, I was on a subway train, and it was like, I remember there's people from strange places with a lot of tattoos up his faces. And it was like, I see players on the courts, crowds from New York, people watch from the fence getting tense. It's immense.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was probably like 12 or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, got to start somewhere.
Yeah, man.
And then you were going by Lil Huck after that?
Yeah, Lil Huck was my first rap name. Because my middle name's Huckleberry. It actually is. It's on my ID. So I just call myself Lil Huck. But then I thought, like, people would clown me and be like, "What's up, Lil Fuck?"
Right.
And the Lil thing was kind of played out.
Yeah.
And I couldn't pick a good rap name, so I just went with my own name.
Yeah, totally. And then in the early going there, you were actually using like a rhyme book that you got from your uncle?
Yeah. Yeah, my Uncle Mark. He gave me a book of rhymes. If you had a word that didn't have a rhyme for it, you could look the word up. It's kind of like a rapper cheating book.
Yeah.
It didn't work what's up? It didn't work that well, though. It's like, I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah. And then raps weren't the only thing that you were writing back then, right? Like, weren't you also doing a little bit of writing for the Seattle newspaper, The Stranger?
Oh, yeah. I randomly got a gig writing for The Stranger, this local Seattle newspaper. I do movie reviews, and I'd see little kid movies and then give my opinion on it.
You yourself were a little kid at the time, right? You were like 10 or 11?
I was 10, yeah, something like that. I was really young, and I took it really seriously. I wanted to, have it be really well written. But then I later found out they just wanted to sound like a little kid. That was what they were going for,
Right.
I was like, fuck that, man. I want to do a good job. That was fun. I made some money doing it too. For a little kid, $100 was big,
Yeah, exactly. We mentioned your Uncle Mark. Was that the same uncle who was a musician?
No, Mark. He's actually he's not a musician. My uncle goes by Latch.
Okay.
He's a rock star. He's awesome, man. He lives in Edinburgh right now, but he's from New York.
Right.
And he's awesome.
That's sweet. And you actually have a family of all sorts of different types of artists, right? Like your grandma's a painter, your mom's a dancer.
My mom's a dance choreographer. Dancer. Yeah, my dad directs plays and directs film.
Yeah. And weren't you actually didn't you participate in some of her dance things?
Yeah, definitely. Younger? When I was young, I would be I would play a role in all my parents' pieces. I was surrounded by that shit.
Yeah.
I would dance in some of her stuff, act a little bit.
Yeah.
I was in my dad's movies sometimes,
Yeah.
So it was fun. That's kind of how I got into the art scene and
totally
into it.
And then with your dad being, the filmmaker, you and your buddies would kind of borrow your parents' equipment and go out and shoot little short films of your own?
It wasn't much equipment. It was just a home camera we used.
Okay.
I don't know if it was really him that got me into it initially because, I had this friend who taught me how to edit when I was really young.
Oh, who was that?
My friend Henry Mumford. Shout out Henry Mumford.
Yeah.
He's a video nerd. He's awesome. And we'd go, we'd make movies in his backyard, and that's how I learned to edit together little short films.
That's awesome. And speaking of working with your friends, for those who aren't familiar, what can you tell people about ShankBone?
ShankBone, man. That was how I got started. It started as a little rock band, and then we decided we liked rap music better. Started making rap music. 7th grade, we put out our first project. Super shitty, but it's classic to me,
Right.
And from there, we made 4 other albums.
Yeah.
And then after high school, I became a solo artist.
And then your first performance was actually with ShankBone, right?
Totally.
At the Vera Project?
Yeah, it was at the Vera Project, man. It was our first time rocking a show, and it was the most nervous I'd ever been. But it was a great night.
Yeah, and I understand that in the early going, you guys kind of would forget to include bass in some of your music?
Yeah, like, because I was producing. I didn't really know how to produce. I never read a manual. I was just, learning.
Right.
And all my songs, after a while, were like, what is missing from this fucking song? Like, why doesn't it sound like other rap songs? Yeah, and then finally we found it. Someone was like, yo, there's no bass in this song.
Yeah.
We put that, and we're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
We played a whole show with no bass in the song.
That's crazy.
And somehow it worked.
Yeah.
We just had, like, kicks and snare. We thought a kick was a bass.
Right. Yeah, I found that kind of interesting, especially because you actually went on to play drums, of all things, in the school band, right?
Yeah. I started playing drums. My other uncle is a drummer, Morgan, and he taught me. I kind of learned by myself. Started with snare drum. I put snare drum in a lot of my songs now.
Okay.
And then started playing the kit. And drumming has sort of been, that's like everything for me, even with rapping. My flow, I think of my flow as a drum solo when I'm picking a flow.
Yeah.
So yeah, drumming's kind of incorporated all my shit.
Yeah, and then I know that you went to Garfield High School, which is famous for their jazz program. And although I know you weren't actually involved in it yourself, but there's still a hint of jazz in
I work. All the guys I work with are from that program.
Yeah.
My saxophone player that I work with, Carl Majot, shout out Carl, and Riley Moherka, like they were both in the Garfield Jazz Band.
Yeah. And then also in your music,
Garfield has a fucking Macklemore went there, Jimi Hendrix went there.
Crazy.
There's randomly a bunch of cool people went to that school.
Right, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And then also in your music, I know that you make a couple references to vanilla vodka, and the scent of vanilla is actually pretty significant to you, right?
Why is the scent of vanilla significant to me?
Doesn't that kind of like remind you of a crush that you had back in like middle school?
Yeah, I can't imagine how you would know that. That's so weird. It wasn't really a crush. My first girlfriend had vanilla, and that was when you're like, when I was first starting to have sex, in like 8th grade or something.
Yeah.
So like, back then, sex is like the best fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
Like my parents would drop me off at her house and be like, "Gonna have sex today."
Yeah.
And her room smelled like that, so that smell just reminds me of sex.
And kind of along the same lines,
story.
Is it true? It's about to get a little weirder. Is it true that when you were younger, you actually would like, I don't know, maybe fantasize about like Jasmine from Aladdin?
Oh yeah, totally. It was her. I'd have like wet dreams about that chick, Jasmine from Aladdin, and who was the one, the red-haired, curvy Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
The Roger Rabbit girl too. Yeah.
And
the Lola from Space Jam.
Oh yeah, okay.
Cartoons, man. They were.
Right.
I was into them before girls.
Yeah. And it seems like you get lucky in kind of a lot of your dreams. One in particular, like, didn't you actually win tickets to go hang out at Kanye West's house?
Oh yeah, that was so weird. Yeah, we went to Kanye's house, and my friend. Yeah,
Axel,
it was the weirdest
right?
dream. Axel, yeah, shout out Axel. He's a neighborhood friend, goofball, and sometimes he party fouls often. No offense to Axel,
Kinda.
But yeah, my dream, he took a shit on Kanye West's rug. I was like, no,
right.
Why of all places to shit, man?
Kanye West.
Yeah, Kanye West fucking rug.
And then
Kanye flipped out.
Speaking of shitty situations, you've also had like there was a time when your car was broken into before one of your performances.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They like took a bunch of clothes or something.
Yeah, that was the craziest story. I was getting a haircut at the spot, and then I just bought a bunch of shit for the concert, clothes and new shoes. We go get a haircut, get back to the car, everything's gone. So we drive around trying to find whoever did it, and we give up, go back to the store to get more shit because I still need new shoes.
Right.
And then fucking my homie goes and smokes a bowl behind the store and sees the fucking dude wearing all my shit.
Damn.
He has my hat on, my shoes, my shirt. So he runs in the store. He's like, "Sam, the fucking guy." And I was like, "No way." So then we go back there, and he's sitting in his car wearing all my shit. So we beat him up a little bit, get him out of the car, get our stuff back.
Yeah.
My friend's beating his ass, and like he's wearing my shoes, and they keep getting scuffed up. I'm like, take the shoes off first.
Right.
Yeah, that was hella funny.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And you yourself have actually been jumped before, right?
Yeah, a couple times.
At least, yeah.
That's, I don't know. In this my neighborhood that I grew up in Seattle. Hey, that dude's wearing my banana goo pie shirt. I don't know. Fighting was like the thing to do in high school.
Yeah.
And now it just seems stupid.
Well, and wasn't there also a time when like someone tried robbing you outside of the studio, like in Harlem?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was, they weren't successful though.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty fast. I ran track in high school. That's the one thing I'm like, the one athletics I'm okay at.
Yeah.
I'm good at running away from bullies.
Exactly. And some things make all that worth it though. Like another time in Harlem, wasn't there actually like a kid who recognized you from your videos and stuff?
Oh yeah, that was like the first time that it ever happened in New York.
Yeah.
I was like, no way.
Right.
I forget what he said. Do you remember what he said?
I don't. Right. What's up?
Yeah, he said the name of one of my songs. I was like, yeah, man. Like this little kid.
Lastly, at this point in your career, do you consider music your life?
Not just music, but art, definitely.
Totally.
You know, like, because I do my own videos.
Yeah.
You know, I hope to definitely expand, and you know, when I get older, I can't see myself running around on stages all the time. You know, you know, I'll probably get more into the behind-the-scenes production.
Yeah.
More into video work.
Yeah.
I'd like to, you know, make a movie out of one of my albums one time.
That'd be crazy.
I want to do all types of shit. Maybe make a.
You got
me and Raz were talking about making a musical one time.
Yeah. You got the tools for it, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to just see where I go.
Definitely. Well, hey, it was great chatting with you, man.
You too, man. That was a great interview. That was the best interview I've done. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Best wishes with everything coming your way.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people out there watching?
If you want one of these shirts, they're on my website. Going on tour right now with DY. My music's on iTunes. Listen to the beats because I make the beats and they're cool. Much love.
There you have it. Once again, I'm Damon Campbell, and this is Sam Lachow. Thanks for watching.
Awesome. That was popping.